Well, 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 well. What have we here? I thought that I read it at some point. I was looking in the magazine. Here it is in the solo rules. Each hyperdrive segment until both engine rooms have been destroyed. The player should roll a die and consult the hyperdrive table to see if the Hive goes into hyperdrive. So that's something that we weren't doing. If the roll falls within the span of numbers found at the intersection of the row determined by the turn and the column indicated by the status of the engine rooms, the Hive goes into hyperdrive. In addition, the player automatically loses if the game has not ended by the end of game turn 30. Otherwise, victory is judged exactly as in 22. Game turn 30, that's got to be a typo there. Game turn 20. So here's the thing with that though. The hyperdrive table has you start rolling 1 to 6, no matter what you roll, it doesn't matter. Turn 7 to 8, if both engine rooms are undamaged on a roll of 1, it goes into hyperdrive. Turn 9 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn 9 to 10, it's a 1 or a 2. 11 to 12, it's a 1 or a 3. A 1 to 3. 13 and 14, it's a 1 to 4. 16 and up, it's a 1 to 5. I guess this is assuming turn 7 seems really early, but I guess that's assuming that the Xenon player expended a lot of their initial points to knock the game turn down, or the hyperdrive turn down a lot. Yeah, I'm not so sure I like that. I think the way that I would deal with it is kind of go all the way to game turn 12, because that's really early to be ending a game, as we've seen through this kind of gameplay. Again, granted, I made a couple of mistakes, no doubt, so it probably would have went a little bit differently. I still think that's pretty early to even have a chance. I think they should still give you until game turn 12 until you start rolling dice. Both engine rooms undamaged. So game turn 12, both engine rooms undamaged. If we roll a 1 to 3, let's, for the hell of it, let's give it a shot here. And it's a 4. So that would mean that it would extend. Oh, now I'm kind of torn, because now maybe I want to give it a chance, since I found that out. Maybe we should do a little bonus video here, starting with this video, and we'll give this a shot. There was a couple of other things in here too that I didn't really like. It says ignore all Xenon command considerations for the solo. So all Xenon units are always considered to be in command range. Delete the queen activation segment for the sequence of play. Deleting the queen activation segment I can understand. I don't like that all Xenon units are always considered to be in command range. I think that's a little bit of bullshit. So I would still delete that regardless. I don't see, I mean, I understand that would affect the play. These guys would get to move their full, they'd still be able to do ranged combat. I don't like that. I think I was satisfied with the way we played it that way. I thought there was something else. The Xenon units will never cut off gravity or shut down life support. I'm okay with that one. Each mind control segment, each elbow Xenon queen and the master queen will attempt to mind control the closest Terran controlled individual. That's what I was doing anyway. They give you a kind of preference order. If more than one individual is close, then you go kind of engineer, scout, lancer, Terran controlled hostage, etc. That's okay. I mean, whatever, that's fine. We were pretty much doing that anyway. And this one, all incapacitation results are treated as a 1 result, which is kind of killing off somebody. I'm not crazy about that either. I like the idea of trying to deal with your incapacitated units and trying to have them flee for the, like this guy was. He was trying desperately to get back to one of the darter holding boxes. I mean, he didn't make it. He still got killed anyway, so it didn't have a major effect on the game. And this guy being way up here, the chances of him making it all the way down to become not incapacitated are like slim to none within the amount of game turns that we had left. So I'm fine with keeping that one. I don't know, like I said, I like the idea of dealing with the incapacitated units. That's fine. So okay, well, here we go. So we will move into game turn 13 then, and we'll start again, and we'll remember to do that roll on the hyperdrive table at the end of game turn 13 and see what we get. Alright, let's have a look here. So the incapacitated unit made it out of the room with his meager 2 points. I figure, we'll just go for it. We did the rolls to see if they snapped out of their mind control, and again it was a no for both of them. What happened in the engine room? Well, that's what happened. Destroyed. I'll take you through that in a second. So it's destroyed, so I've decided to tweak the rules here. So this is what we're going to do. It was at game turn 12. When one is destroyed, it moves it 2 turns. So I'm going to start doing the die roll checks at game turn 14 now. And we'll see, because that changes on our chart because one of them is destroyed. Sorry, here we go. Where's the table? That changes our modifiers. So when we get to game turn 14, on a roll of 1, 2, or 3, it'll go into hyperdrive instead of a roll of 1 to 4. So that gives us a little bit. And if we can manage to somehow combat this guy and kill him and kill this guy, then maybe we can stand a chance. I just don't see that happening. There's also the mind-controlled guy there. Either way, I mean, we might end up having the same result anyway of us losing, but what the hell, let's play this out. There was something else I was going to say. Oh, that's right. So how do you do the check to see if you've destroyed it? Well, the demolition check is a Space Marine will expend 1 movement point to attempt demolition of an engine room or laser pod which it occupies. A die is then rolled. If a 1 through 4 is rolled, a destroyed marker is placed on the box which demolition was attempted. The benefit of that is you can expend all of your movement points. You can't, there's nothing in there. It says that you can do it as many times during your turn as you want, depending on how many movement points you have. We have 4 movement points, and it took me 4 rolls. On the final roll, we had a 4, so it was destroyed. So he has no movement points. My hope was to kind of get it the first or second time, be able to enter this room here and attack this unit, but that did not happen. So we're stuck in this room with no movement points left, and they're going to come and try to get us, I imagine. So that's what you do. Fairly simple. I'm really glad that you get multiple attempts at it. There you go. So we have destroyed one of the engine rooms. Let's see what happens next. Game turn 14. Mind control still a part of this guy's existence. Mind control up here was turned off. Let's go back to this for a moment. Mind control was turned off. The 2 Lancer units were able, the 2 separated Lancer units were able to kind of join up again, and we were left with this situation. The 834s managed to join us in this engine room. We wiped out the Queen, which helped us in the long run because now we're attack again of 7 as opposed to 2 3s. Which helped us with this because there's no Queen. They were using the 3, 3, and the 1, which equaled a 7, a modifier of 0, which didn't matter anyway. they managed to roll enough to kill one of the units, flipping this to basically our last remaining Terran force, trapped in an engine room with a whole bunch of enemies. We were finishing game turn 14, so that was a check to see the hyperdrive, a 1, 2, or a 3. We unfortunately rolled a 2, so that means the hyperdrive activated and we lose the game anyway. But still kind of a nice bonus to give us one last kick at it, basically. My opinions haven't changed. Other than that, I just wanted to make those adjustments, so I'm kind of presenting these rules as much as I've kind of edited them. I wanted to kind of present this in a proper sort of fashion. Yeah, there you go. Rescue from the Hive. A second attempt, still unsuccessful, but there you have it.